Hello, episode 4 for the album tier list. And yeah, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Hope your day's going well. Yeah, so let's get on to this stuff. So we'll be talking about Circles by Mac Miller, Channel Orange by Frank Ocean, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon by Pop Smoke, um, Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim, and Ramona Parks Broke My Heart by Vince Staples. So kung maaalala nyo, madami tayong pinag-usapan ka or ang dami kong sinabi na kung ano-ano. So, ang difference naman ngayon, I'm gonna make a thumbnail for this and may nakita akong 4 viewers from last videos. Thank you for watching kahit kinlik nyo lang at umalis kayo. Sino man kayo, I really appreciate you checking my stuff out. Hindi ako nagpo-promote from on my friends or anyone else really. I just upload this thing and hope for the best to for the YouTube algorithm to reach different people, reach different like-minded people na mahilig sa music, that loves music just like me. And if you don't understand my Tagalog language or because I'm talking Taglish, a mix between Tagalog and English, you can turn on the closed captions so you can understand what I'm saying. I know there's a language barrier, but um, I'm gonna try to speak in English, but I'm gonna mix a bit of Tagalog. But I'll make it to a point that you understand what I'm trying to say. My goal for this thing that I'm doing is to just divulge my opinions, just take a little bit of my time to say the things that I feel, the things that I get, and learn new things about the albums that I love listening to. And hopefully you learn new things. Hopefully you um you appreciate the albums more. And also I'm gonna put the sources on the description, so please check that out. All of those sites are really great, especially Wikipedia. Wikipedia is an open source thing that really helps the lives of people learning about new things. So join me as I learn new things and improve upon my videos. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your opinions too. So without further ado, let's talk about these 5 albums. So, let's start with Circles, which is Mac Miller's final album. I'm gonna put it at great. Um, so my favorite songs from this album is Once a Day, Hands That's on Me, Hand Me Downs, Good News, and Complicated. So what I loved about this album is how it is a combination of chill and a combination of melancholy in a way. It's napaka introspective nitong album na to. Napaka mapapaisip ka talaga when it comes to death, life, especially within the context of Mac Miller. And kakapanood ko ng mga music or ng mga music essays, video essays. I've learned na napaka monumental nitong album na 'to kasi ito yung album last and posthumous album ni Mac Miller. before ay after nung nag-overdose siya. And napapanood ko sa mga music video essays na yung mga posthumous release ni Mac Miller is handled really well and is handled by the family of Mac Miller. Kaya yung nilalabas nila is things that honors Mac Miller as an artist, as a person. So, facts lang. This album was posthumously released on January 17, 2020, and is connected with the album Swimming, which we will talk about, um, which we will talk about in the coming days. And this forms the concept swimming in circles. So, fun fact lang about circles. Um, when you listen to the final song of that, the chord of it um is unresolved, and if you listen to the first track, it it kind of resolves it, and it goes on a loop. I've I've known that because of digging the greats, and also the thing that I was reading came from Wikipedia and song meanings and facts. Um, ang nag-produce nitong album na 'to is John Bryan, which is most known for his work with Kanye West, Fiona Apple. Bryan had worked closely with Miller on the project and decided to finish it according to the artist's vision and the recordings they had done together. So, that's from Wikipedia. Um, Ngayon ko lang nalaman na may say pa din si Mac Miller, meaning parang unfinished project ito ni Mac Miller na tinapos ni John Bryan within the confines of Mac Miller's artistic vision and recordings. So, itong album na to has critical acclaim, has received widespread critical acclaim. It averaged a score of 83 on Metacritic. The critics highlighted the album's blend of genres from hip hop to neo soul and its seamless integration of live instrumentation. That is from Wikipedia and Apple Music. So ngayon ko lang nalaman na meron palang live instrumentation itong album na to. Kaya, like, lagi kong sinasabi, merong mga albums na like really warm to the feeling, like albums na when you listen to it, it feels like it's hugging the heart, and it is one of this album. What I love about it is yung introspection niya. What I love about this album is how it conveys Mac Miller posthumously with respect and care. And totoo, maririnig mo yung neo soul, hip hop, um, maybe a maybe a little touch of dream type stuff. Additionally, kapag itong album na 'to, pinapakinggan ko siya whenever I feel down, whenever nalulungkot ako. Same with Swimming. Pinapakinggan ko siya when I'm really overwhelmed by stuff, and it really helps. The music really helps, and dito mo talaga masasabi na music is music is really magical. It transcends just music. It touches on your emotions, it touches people's lives. Kaya I really love this album. So this album debuted on the Billboard 200 charts at number 3. And this is Mac Miller's biggest week for an album. 10 tracks from Circle simultaneously charted on the Billboard Hot 100, with Good News peaking at number 18. This album reached high positions in various international charts, including number 3 in Australia and Canada, and number 8 in the United Kingdom. Okay, the title track Circles and the overall album explore themes of repetition and searching for meaning, reflecting Miller's personal struggles and growth. The songs delve into his experiences with depression and attempts to find peace and self acceptance. This honest and vulnerable approach resonated deeply with fans and critics alike. That is from Facts Vibes. So, um, I just wanna touch on that. I just wanna say na when Mac Miller does his albums, napaka-introspective niya, reflective niya. Like, hindi siya katulad nung mga first albums niya na nag-frat rap siya. Makikita mo talaga yung evolution niya. Even though hindi ko pa napapakinggan yung mga first albums niya on the frat rap genre, talagang um, makikita mo pa lang sa album covers kung gaano talaga siya nag-evolve as an artist. And talagang nakaka-fascinate tignan ang mga evolution ng artists katulad ni Kendrick Lamar. Kita mo yung pag-evolve niya coming from Section 80 to Good Kid, Mad City to T-Pab, Them, and ngayon makikita mo talagang ibang-iba na yung Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers when you just look at the covers and the themes na pinag-usapan niya, mas nagiging introspective yung artists. So, next album that we'll talk about is Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. I'll put it at, I've just recently listened to it. I'll put it at great. Also great. So, ang dami na nating albums na nasa great territory. But, yeah. So, so my favorite songs from here is, of course, Thinking About You, Fertilizer. Kahit na skit lang siya and makikita natin na isa siya sa pinaka-konting streams outside of Ed. Next is Sierra Leone, Sweet Life, Super Rich Kid, Pyramids, like Pilot Jones, Crack Rock, Lost, Bad Religion, Pink Matter, and Forrest Gump. So, my favorite features dito is yung with Earl Sweatshirt. Super Rich Kids is all about this super rich kids that essentially don't care about life. And Sweet Life, I think it's about this girl that has money, that essentially he's saying that she has all these things. Why go to the beach when you can see the world? Is what I remember when it comes to this. And fun fact lang, hindi ito nakasama sa research. Yung end, meron, if you try to listen somewhere, di ko lang alam kung saan, there is this song called Golden Girl featuring Tyler the Creator. It's a secret track, and there's a big pause in between and um Golden Girl, and it's kind of muffled. I know it's an effect to simulate the song coming from a car, and you should really try to listen to it. Pink Matter talks about Majin Buu, Candy, and all the stuff because 'di ba sa Dragon Ball Z merong power si Majin Buu to turn people into candy and then eat them. So, 'yon. And laging and this is the second consecutive time na nakita natin si John Mayer being um, involved in a track. I forgot kung ano yon. I think it was was B by Common nung napag-usapan natin kahapon. But yeah, so wala naman akong hindi nagustuhan dito sa album na 'to. So for the overall vibe of this album, I get med parang channel nga siya, channel orange. So warm siya. It's like when you watch um old movies or old TV shows on the TV as a kid na walang masyadong napapakinggan, and then there are commercials and stuff, palipat-lipat ka. Kasi itong album na 'to medyo paiba-iba yung vibe, medyo pa-switch-switch ng genres na pinaghihiraman niya. And makukuha mo talaga yung vibe na parang medyo lo-fi siya, lalo na kung pinakinggan mo yung Golden Girl with Tyler, the Creator. Hindi siya lo-fi in a sense, not in a traditional sense, but it makes it feel lo-fi while it's also professionally mixed and stuff like that. So some facts about Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. So this album addresses themes of unrequited love, which is in Sweet Life, I think, and sexuality from a non-heteronormative perspective. The song Bad Religion and others on the album reflect Ocean's personal experiences, including his unrequited feelings for a man, which he revealed in a letter posted on Tumblr just before the album's release. So, alam ko si Frank Ocean is bisexual, at least from what I've read and stuff. Um, and maririnig mo siya dito sa mga songs na nandito. So another fact is, this is the first time I've heard of it. Ocean wrote lyrics for Channel Orange on a laptop, drawing both personal experiences and pure imagination. The album was recorded primarily at East West Studios in Hollywood, where Ocean used vintage recording equipment from the 1980s to achieve a unique sound. Despite initially planning to rent recording equipment for a home studio, Ocean recorded only a few tracks at his rented Beverly Hills mansion. So that explains the lo-fi type vibe. Kaya pala, kasi gumamit siya ng vintage recording equipment from the 1960s. Also, correction pala from kanina, from Mac Miller's Circles. Yung sinasabi kong unresolved is from Swimming, I think. Or Circles, I forgot. But take that with with a grain of salt. So, Channel Orange was met with widespread critical acclaim, earning an average score of 92 on Metacritic. Critics praised Ocean's storytelling, vocal performance, and the album's blend of various musical styles from R&B and soul to psychedelic funk. Yeah, I really agree na may psychedelic funk siya. I think maririnig mo siya on songs like Crack Rock, Super Rich Kids, and yeah, I think those Forrest Gump is an upbeat song. Pink Matter is kinda a ballad, and I really love Andre 3000's performance on that. Napaka-chill, but alam ko hindi ako masyadong nakikinig ng madaming albums ni Andre 3K, but I really like his features sa mga albums na napapakinggan ko, like The Life of Pablo, and all those albums. So, the album's exploration of themes such as wealth disparity and substance abuse, as seen in tracks like Super Rich Kids and Crack Rock, resonated deeply with listeners. Ocean's ability to address complex social issues through his music helped redefine the genre and influencing a new wave of artists in the R&B and hip hop scene. So now let's talk about Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, made by Pop Smoke. So another posthumous album release. I'm gonna put it at good. So, fun fact lang, hindi ako nakikinig ng albums na deluxe kasi I feel like it's padding. I feel like it detracts from the album experience kapag nakikinig ako ng album within the deluxe editions. So, my favorite songs from here is Bad Bitch from Tokyo, um, West Coast Shit, Mood Swings, Enjoy Yourself, What You Know About Love, Got It On Me, of course, ang pinaka-hit dito sa album na to, Dior, um, yeah, those are my favorite albums. Now, why did I put it on good? Kasi I feel like itong album na 'to is medyo bloated siya. Medyo mahaba 'tong album na 'to. At least 19 songs pero 56 minutes for me it's kinda long for a New York drill album. Pero hindi ko naman siya sinasabing bad siya but there are better albums na personally there are more better albums I think. And also I feel like 50 Cent is milking this album so hard like ang daming lalo na in Dior he's re-releasing yung Meet the Wutu. I've heard from other music reviewers na masyado siyang bloated and stuff like that. But this album is a great posthumous release for Pop Smoke, and I feel like it respects his legacy. But I feel like there are some songs na parang ginawa lang siya for pop appeal na I don't get me wrong, I really love those songs individually. But when listening to the album from top to bottom, I feel like there are some songs na dapat hindi nilagay dito like um, Mood Swings, What You Know About Love, Enjoy Yourself. Like, I feel like hindi siya nag-fit sa vibe ng album na to. Pero, it's also cohesive enough na hindi siya napunta sa mid category. I feel like this album pwede siyang i-cut down um into less songs like maybe 15, 14 songs. There are songs that are forgettable, but yeah, um, I feel like some of the album tried mainstream appeal. So, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon was released posthumously in July 3, 2020 after Pop Smoke's tragic death. 50 Cent took on the role of executive producer to complete the album. He reached out to artists like Roddy Ricch, Drake, and Chris Brown to contribute, ensuring the project stayed true to Pop Smoke's vision. So, ang laki ng feature list dito with Quavo, Lil Baby, The Baby, Sway Lee, Future, Rowdy Rebel, 50 Cent, Roddy Ricch, Tyga, Quavo, Karol G, and Lil TJ. And makikita mo ang daming West Coast artists dito. Maybe it's because of 50 Cent's influence kaya nagawa tong album na to. The album debuted at number 1 at Billboard 200. making Pop Smoke the first hip hop artist to posthumously achieve this milestone with a debut album. So this is kinda monumental when it comes to hip hop. Kasi isa pala to sa this is the first album to debut number one posthumously. Next is this is the original cover art for the album, designed by Virgil Abloh, rest in peace, faced backlash from fans for its perceived low quality and lack of representation of Pop Smoke's legacy. Following the criticism, the cover was replaced with a different design before the album's official release. So, let's research on that. Yeah, I can really see kung bakit talaga siya pinalitan. Doesn't fit the vibe, and mas maganda nga itong album cover na 'to with the rose na parang shiny rose, and dun naman sa deluxe edition with the shiny dove holding two roses. Wow, ang dami! Look, look at how many songs in this album is. Look, 34? That's that's too much even for me. And I won't listen to albums like. Before his death, Pop Smoke had begun setting up the Shoot for the Stars Foundation, aimed at helping young people achieve their goals despite difficult circumstances. His family has continued this initiative in his honor, reflecting Pop Smoke's desire to give back to his community. So, my sources are from Wikipedia, Uproxx, Apple Music, and that's it. So, okay, next album we'll talk about is Paid in Full by Eric. Okay, alam ko parang masyadong mababa yung grade for this monumental album, but um, historical impact and and influences aside, just judging the album by the sound itself, I think the album is great. Um, it's it's kinda basic when you listen to it, when to the rhymes, but napaka danceable niya, like napaka um napaka groovy niya. Kapag naririnig ko to, parang ang navi-visualize ko is merong DJ sa turntable playing with it, kasi maririnig mo. So yun, sorry for the interruption, but saan na ba ako? Navi-visualize ko kasi maririnig mo na madaming scratch ng disc scratch, turntable scratches, and also dito dinebut yung tinatawag nating internal rhyme na nag-influence ng madaming artist katulad ni Eminem, Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, Jay-Z. Dito pinasok yung internal rhymes. Internal rhymes are rhymes na nakasiksik sa isang line. For example, I am the best from the rest. No one can touch me. Like the best from, like, this is a super simple line. I'm the best. Apart from the rest, no one can touch me. I'm gonna behead everyone. Watch me. So, yung internal rhyme natin doon is behead, best, and rest. Alam ko super basic niya at walang kakwenta-kwenta yung sinabi ko, but it's on the top of my head. So, sorry about that. Although although merong rumors dito sa album na 'to na produce 'to ni Marley Marl, si Eric B, kinlarify niya na si Marley Marl ay yung engineer at hindi yung producer. Ang ginawa ni Eric B is binigay niya yung music niya tapos pina-mix and siguro master niya kay Marley Marl. Siya yung so bale siya yung nag-handle um ng sound. Si Eric B, siya yung sa creative side. So parang in-enhance ni Marley Marl yung sound experience para mag-sound siyang professional and minaster niya para parang ang pagmamaster ang pagkakaalam ko is yung final version of itong album na to ay malaki yung influence sa sampling. Yung single na Eric B is let's so yung single ni Eric B na Eric B is President, nag-spark siya ng debate about the legality of unauthorized sampling after James Brown sued the duo for using music without his permission. If I'm not wrong, James Brown is a soul singer. He's a soul singer and I've sampled some of his songs. Though hindi naman siya commercially released, I just sampled it just to practice sampling. And I think, I don't know if it's James Brown, but there is someone who tried to monopolize or not really monopolize but capitalize on sampling, like he made sure that his album or his song has that drum breaks that producers really find. I think it was James Brown, to be honest. He was making um, songs that features drum breaks for hip hop producers. And I think he was coined um the grandfather of hip hop, like something to that effect. Also, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So itong album na to, ni-remix din 'to ng duo na may pangalang Cold Cut. They are a British duo. And nung una, skeptical pa silang dalawa nung they've heard of this thing that they've doing. Pero um, oh, nakita nila yung international appeal nito. Kaya, ayun, um, they loved it because they brought their music internationally rather than just um, dito lang sa US yung music nila. Paid in Full is widely regarded as one of the most important hip hop albums ever made. It has received numerous accolades and is consistently ranked high in lists of greatest hip hop albums, including VH1's 100 greatest hip hop songs. I'm sorry, for the track Paid in Full. So that's it. Um, My favorite songs from this album is I Ain't No Joke, Paid in Full, Chinese Arithmetic, Eric B is President, and that's it. So, the Cold Cut Crew, I've already listened to the Cold Cut Crew remix and they've featured the remix on their album itself. That's really cool. That's really cool. I respect them for that. I respect them. Okay, I'm just gonna say my take on sampling. I feel like sampling is demonized by people, but just as J. Cole said, when you release something into the world, be prepared for it to be used in different ways. Now, I'm not saying that we should steal stuff and do all that stuff, profiting from it, but I think people should allow sampling, making songs, remixes of their songs. If if one they don't they don't profit from it. Two, if they do profit from it, a give a percentage to that person or pay them a certain sum. Because I feel like people are demonizing sampling, but let's talk about that on another day. So next we'll talk about Ramona Parks Broke My Heart. So now let's talk about Ramona Parks Broke My Heart by um by Vince Staples. I'm gonna put it at better, higher than Shoot for the Stars and for so my favorite songs from here are my favorite songs from this album are The Beach, Magic, When Sparks Fly, Lemonade, Player Ways is my most favorite song from here. I really love it. So those. First up, let's talk about the themes of home and identity. Vince Staples takes us on a deep introspective journey through his relationship with his home neighborhood, Ramona Park, in Long Beach, California. He explores the utility of home, touching on security, comfort, and meaning. This album continues the trend of introspection we've seen in his previous works, offering a personal and emotional narrative. It's like Vince is inviting us into his world to understand what home truly means to him. So, makikita naman natin na yung Ramona Park is yung home childhood hometown ni Vince Staples. One thing that makes Ramona Park Broke My Heart stand out is the variety of producers involved. Unlike his previous self-titled album, which was almost entirely produced by Kenny Beats, this album features a diverse array of producers. We've got contributions from Mustard, DJ Dahi, and rising stars like Coop the Truth and Nami. This variety add rich dimensions to the album, perfectly complementing Vince's lyrical themes. Vince Staple Vince Staples really pours his heart into this album with some powerful biographical elements. The lead single Magic, produced by Mustard, highlights his journey from his roots in the ghetto to his success in the music industry. It's all about triumph over adversity and making it against all odds. Vince's storytelling is so raw and authentic, it feels like we're right there with him, experiencing his struggles and victories. Pakinggan, that much to warrant some facts and yung feelings ko with this album. Pero, ang na-visualize ko kapag napapakinggan ko tong album na to is parang nasa isang magic show ako na I don't know, parang umiinom ako ng lemonade kasi dahil sa lemonade na song. Pero talaga, parang nasa magic show ako. Tapos, umiinom ako ng lemonade. Tapos, alam mo yung parang chill vibes na yung mga parang um, may mga palm trees. Tapos, nanonood kami ng magic show. Pero nasa loob kami ng sasakyan. Nakikita mo yung palm trees na nakahilerang ganon. At saka alam mo ba nung una kong napakinggan 'tong album na 'to, akala ko si Ramona Park broke his heart, literally. Like akala ko this is an album about love, which hindi pala. Um, yeah. So that's it. The album features notable collaboration with artists such as Lil Baby, Ty Dolla $ign, Mustard, and yun lang ang features dito. Ramona Park Broke My Heart received praise for its thematic depth and sonic richness. Critics noted that the album balances Vince Staples' reflection on his past with a sound that is both engaging and thought-provoking. This album marks another significant chapter in Vince Staples' career, showcasing his growth as an artist. So, I'm really sorry kung medyo bobo ako this episode, but I'm gonna try new things, experiment next time. Maybe I'll write a script and all that. But for now, patawad kung medyo brain dead ako. Pero for today, yan muna yung tier list natin. Nakikita na it's coming to it. And sana pakinggan nyo yung susunod na episode, which is episode 5. And while doing this video, habang hindi naka-hit yung record button, napaisip ako on new contents and stuff. I'm planning to invite my friends and other people into this thing and react to, for example, the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Um, while just talking about stuff, um, I'm looking forward to the next episodes which we will talk about these four albums na natitira and a surprise album. It's a surprise kasi hindi ko pa siya nalalagay and I'm sorry for that. And makikita nyo din yung line up for the next four episodes dito sa album reviews natin. And I'm looking forward to evolving kung paano ko papagandahin itong series na ito, kung paano ko mapapaganda tong ginagawa ko. And dun sa 4 viewers na nood and nag-click lang ng video ko, I'm really grateful for all of you for clicking kahit hindi nyo pinanood. At least may konting engagement, di ba? Um, I'm looking to grow as a person, as a music lover. And papaalala ko lang, hindi ako music critic, I'm just a music enjoyer. Kaya kung medyo normies yung pick ko, kung medyo wala akong alam, that's true, wala akong alam. Nag-research ako para may masabi dito and stuff. Para hindi lang to basta tier list, nakakapag-aral din tayo. And yung sources ko, nilalagay ko sa description para because they deserve that. Make sure to check out yung mga articles na nilagay ko sa ilalim. If you want more in-depth stuff. Um, yeah, looking forward to seeing you all next time and hit that like if you really like this video. Share this video with your friends if talagang gusto nyo i-share kung feel nyo may matututunan sila dito sa videos, sa shit na ginagawa ko. Please share it to them. Subscribe if you wanna subscribe. If you wanna hear my yapping and my rants, please subscribe. And um, research, research, to, research when you listen to music. Um, if I have errors, please put them in the comments, criticisms, suggestions for improvement. Madaming mga ibang music review channels diyan katulad ni Fantano, Hivemind, NFR Podcast, um, Broad Taste in Music, and many more. Please support them and support also local Filipino content creators. Let's do this, guys. We can do this. So, yeah. Thank you for listening for today. If if meron din kayong tier list, um, please share them to me. I'll put the tier list in the description. Thank you so much. I appreciate those who watch this. Thank you.